Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. And I just wanted to share a few thoughts on the image you see before you, okay, which says here the United Nations photo, okay, and it says a guardian of international peace and security sits on the visitors plaza outside the UN headquarters. The Guardian is a fusion of a jaguar and an eagle, and they're noted by the government of Oaxaca, if I'm saying that right, Mexico. It is created by artists Jacobo and Maria Angeles, and when you look at the image, you know it pretty much links back to or is very similar to the one of the beasts that was written about in the book of Daniel, the 7th chapter. All right, dealing with the Neo-Babylonian Empire. All right, really the Assyrio, then the Neo-Babylonian Empire. All right, having the eagle's wings. Now, in the book of Daniel was that it was a lion with eagle's wings, but here it is. They have a jaguar. So I ended up looking up. I just typed in Google jaguar animal representation. And the first thing that popped up said here, Shalakia, that the jaguar is representative of power, ferocity, and valor. He is the embodiment of aggressiveness. All right. He is the embodiment of aggressiveness. For some, the jaguar represents the power to face one's fears or to confront one's enemies. All right. And, I was just thinking about it because, of course, when I read that, Revelation 12 and 12, amongst other precepts, started coming to mind. And we all know that their symbol is the eagle. So, of course, they would have that in there regardless. However, they are declaring war, not just by this, but just they are letting it be known in the most obvious ways possible that we are stepping into what the world would see as uncharted territories. But to these devils, it's all a fulfillment of their plans in their mind. But on the overall grand scheme, we know is a fulfillment of prophecy. All right. Because as the scriptures say that these the times we're coming into is going to be a time like never before. And well, we know on the earth who's physically ushering in those times is these devils. And they're doing it with the goal of accomplishing their NWO and their plans and their agenda. So if their agenda that they're trying to accomplish is pushing the world in this direction, and prophecies say that this is going to be a time like never before, then they must have a very, very dark, brutal agenda coming up that's going to require mass bloodshed. All right. And it's still yet to be seen the fullness of the aha moment of this whole Vanessa that they're just pushing out on everybody. Because as we always say, there is a reason, and it doesn't matter how long it takes. Eventually, that reason, the true reason, comes out. All right, and they hope that by then, pretty much everybody will have it. And I mean, at that point, it doesn't matter, right? But nevertheless, these devils are letting it be known in the most obvious way possible that they're ready. All right. And that's because the Most High is now putting that spirit on them just to rush, to speed it up. So they need to come with aggression. They need to come with ferocity. All right. Ferocity, however you say it. But these people are in a complete zone of not being aware. And even if they think they're aware, it's not on the level that they should be. And that's why these elites are plainly coming out and saying, I mean, you got Fauci lying in Congress and people are still listening to this guy. But had it been anybody else, they would have been under the jail. See? But Everybody's still just with it. So what does that tell these elites? They say, oh, we could just come out and then really just put everything right in your face. And we know these people they're gonna look at it and they're just gonna keep on going about their every day-to-day life because they're zombies. That's exactly what they are. They're dead from the neck up. So now I want to get a couple of precepts real quick, because just like we're not gonna keep on saying this forever, these elites are not going to keep on planning this forever. Eventually, there's going to come a point where they need to now, they need to now bring a specific part of their plan to pass. Because right now, they're still bringing their plans. But it's getting to the point where they're going to need to, the violent, brutal, harsh, draconian parts, they're going to need to start bringing that. They can't just have it in the works forever. And those are the things we're prophesying of. So we're not going to prophesy of it forever, because in a matter of time, right, in due time, it will start being fulfilled. And one of the main things is what? That charagma, that grain of rice. This is Revelation chapter 12, verse 12, which says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having what? Great wrath." All right. So is he not going to come aggressively? Of course he is, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. They don't have time to play games. They don't have time to deal with people that want to resist. So you know what their MO is? Just mow you down, mow you over. And the thing about it is, you have people that are resisting now, not having the force to resist. And what I mean by that is, we're resisting, but in the name and the spirit and the power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. That's our force of resistance. You got people that are out there that they say, oh yeah, no, we're not going to do this, but they don't, instead of joining, all right, or being subject or seeking that force, they're not. They're just saying, no, I'm just not going to do it. But they fail to realize that it's going to be by the will and the spirit of the Heavenly Father Yahweh, in the name of His Son, that we are going to be able to fight, stand firm, resist, and endure. All right, that's going to be through the Spirit of the Lord, not through your own will. So you may try to resist, but if you don't have the force of the Lord backing you, giving you that spirit and that strength to keep on going, you're not going to be able to. You're going to get mowed down. You're going to be an example of judgment. And there are going to be a lot of those very soon. And these devils are letting it be known. They're saying, look, we tried incentives. We tried light coercion tactics. We tried light threats. And now that we're trying to step on the gas a bit more, we're starting to face some resistance. So we need to take it to another level. We need to up it up. We need to amplify it. All right, we need to go past words. We need to go past respecting people's rights to make their own decisions. And we need to make it for them. And they're saying, well, this is a world coalition. So they're trying to make it seem like, well, you have more on their side than you do on our side. But what did Elisha say to his understudy, his servant? That what? There be more that are with us than there are with them. And we know that, because we got the Most High Yahushua, the heavenly host. So your military, your troops, your technology, your weaponry, guess who gave you that technology? The Most High. So you can't come against those the Most High said He's going to protect, using the technology He gave you, as though you're going to prosper. And that shows you that, as the scriptures say, the pride of this devil hath deceived him, because now he thinks the technology that was given him by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, he's going to be able to use it to fight against the same one that gave him that technology. He's going to try to fight against the being that put it in his mind to try and fight against that being. I mean, they can't even realize this. See? So this is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 21, verse 9. Because all these symbols, as we know, go back to these old ancient empires. All right, Sumer and Acadia and Ashur and Babylon, okay, and Assyria and Egypt, Mesopotamia, all those ancient gods and rituals. Esau takes it and polishes it up and makes it presentable. Because just like back then, you had people that were partaking in those rituals. I believe the Babylonians had like a New Year festival. All right, which now I'm sure it wasn't just them. They celebrated the custom of what is now known as Christmas. Christmas is not a new thing. It's written in Jeremiah the 10th chapter. So that Jeremiah is around what 600 and something BC. Okay, so how what I'm saying how is he describing Christmas then, telling Jake then not to partake in that, because the core of where these holidays and customs come from are actual satanic rituals. And so the essence, the core is the same. However, it's polished a bit more now and is made to appeal to the eyes of the simple. And when they see it, just like Eve, all right, it look good to the eyes and they partake of it. And they think that it's this and it's that, but they don't realize they're actually partaking in witchcraft and sorceries that go back centuries. See, so whatever this devil does, he studies the past and then he brings it. And the problem with this place is you had different kingdoms and different empires that did different things, but this devil went and took a bit from here, a bit from here, a bit from here, a bit from here, and just put it all together as if he was collecting the infinity stones. All right. So that's why wickedness is amassed so much so, especially in this land. The demons that are in this land, especially Babylon, man, you wonder why when you leave the country is a relief. You leave the country, it's of course now things are all messed up everywhere, but generally speaking, when people travel to quote unquote go on vacation, they're more relaxed. They get that glow. And then day one, the plane lands here at the airport, wherever it's at, JFK, LaGuardia, wherever it is at, Newark. The second that plane lands, them demons, whoo, they're like, we missed you, boy. Whoo, we missed your ass. And next, the vexation just jumps on. Every little thing is agitating you. Before you even get off the flight, you got flight attendants pissing you off, somebody walking slow as shit with their big ass carry-on bag in the way, standing there having a conversation. And here it is, you trying to make it home. And I mean, it's just every the rush cars, the way people drive, all this shit, the honking, you just like, damn, back to this shit again. Because there's demons in the land that actually, and that's why we need that protection from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, because there's demons in the land. And you look at somebody who's a complete demon here, and then when they quote unquote travel, they're like a different person. You're like, hold up, what are you putting on an act? Like, what's going on? Nevertheless, this is the book of Ezekiel 21, verse 9. It says, Son of man, prophesy and say, Thus saith the Lord, say, a sword is sharpened and also furbished. It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. Now, who is that sword? Okay, you have Esau that's sharpening his sword, but then again, the Lord is sharpening him because he is the Lord's sword. All right, so real quick, let's prove that the book of Psalms, chapter 17, verse 13. It says, Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. And Malachi 1 and 3 will tell you who the wicked is. All right, 1 and 3 and 4, 1 and 3 on down. And the wicked is Esau, Edom. So they are the sword. So when they put out these symbols, all right, and they speak with double tongues, and they have these meetings, they're declaring war. And only those that have the eyes can see what's actually going on. Okay? They're preparing everything, and they're coming with full force. If not, the scriptures wouldn't have said so. All right, wouldn't have described the times we're coming into the way it does. So back in Ezekiel 21:9, Son of man, prophesy and say, thus saith the Lord, say a sword is sharpened and also furbished. It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. So there's going to be a lot of killing. And who's going to usher that in? The man of sin, the man of perdition. Okay? The seed of Satan, so to speak. It says, that it may glitter, should we then make mirth? It contemneth the rod of my son as every tree, and he hath given it to be furbished, that it may be handled. The sword is sharpened, and it is furbished to give into the hand of the slayer. So that's the question. Should we then make mirth? As we're seeing the times we're in right now, you know, are we supposed to be, now it doesn't mean you can't laugh or whatnot, but is that the way you're supposed to carry yourself? Is that the spirit you're always supposed to be in? You know, just distracted with folly, partying, mirth? No, because that distracts you from being upon your watch. If you are truly upon your watch, you're not going to be in that folly spirit, because the things you're watching is going to put you in a sober spirit. All right, seeing what they're doing in Australia, no one is coming here in a worse way. Okay, all these things they're getting ready to do, if you're truly watching, you're not going to be in a spirit of mirth. You're going to be sober minded, praying that the Lord has mercy on you, that you can escape these things, because they're going to be very bad, as we're reading here, to give into the hand of the slayer. Verse 12, cry and howl, son of man, for it shall be upon my people, it shall be upon all the princes of Israel. Terrors by reason of the sword shall be upon my people. Smite therefore upon thy thigh. So the Lord said it's going to be upon, that's why it's called Jacob's trouble. Now, though it's not going to affect only Israel, it's going to affect a great portion of Israel. And the Lord is not going to have mercy. If you're not of his elect, you're not going to gain mercy from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And the Lord has a series of various swift and brutal judgments that he has set, okay, to take place upon the earth. And he's going to use Esau to get majority of those judgments accomplished. Then Esau's going to get his ass judged. Now, this is the book of Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 5. And this was the Lord sending that death angel, all right, to go and slay, which was back then. But now he's going to do it again. And who's going to be the main physical death angel the Lord is going to send? All right, because death angels can come in the form, manifest in physical form and put in work. Okay, they can also come in the spiritual form and possess people. Okay, they can put thoughts into people's minds. All right, the Lord can influence others. So, you know, when it comes to this time, the Lord is going to use Esau and his military to cause a lot of damage, to kill a lot of people. You know, with his technology, with his deception, a lot of people, hey, even especially those people that take the MOTB, because it tells you in Revelation 16 that there was a grievous sore. So you're not going to be fine. There's going to be a consequence, a big one. Now it says, and to the others he said in mine hearing, Ezekiel 9:5, go ye after him through the city. Go after him. And they're going to come find your ass. And smite, let not your eyes spare. So kill without having mercy. Neither have ye pity. Don't feel bad for them. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women. Young women, middle-aged women, old women, Brazilian, you know, inside joke. All right, Asian bitches. But it says, neither have ye pity. That's from the Boondocks episode. They went to the prison, and you had these prison guards writing their requests. But yeah, it says here, Go after him through the city and smite, let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women. You see, women. Well, man, you mentioned the women, everybody comes against you. Well, the Lord said slay women too. So they're also going to get that work. It says, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark. And this is not the MOTB. All right. This is the mark of exemption from judgment. It says, and begin at my sanctuary. Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house. See, but in this time, the Lord is going to send out an order again with those beasts newly created and those spirits of vengeance, and they're going to put in work. Okay, so these devils have declared war, and they're getting ready to go. It ain't going to be whether you try to fight back or not. They're still coming. All right. And we're not, hey, the Lord, Amos 8 and 11. We're not always going to be here warning you. So take heed. With that, I hope you were edified. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakha Kodash. Until next time, Shalom.